Good morning, everybody, or afternoon, or evening, whatever it is, wherever your time may lie. This morning, we're going to take a look at OZmap. I'm here with Gina, and we're going into some finer details about the software. Because as you know from the previous video, we gave a general overview of the software and looked at everything and what it's capable of and what it can do and all that cool stuff, right? Well, this time, we're going to deep dive into some of the features that it entails. So, with that being said, I'm going to hand it off to you. Here you go. Take her.
Thank you. Hi everyone, I'm Gina, and I'm so excited to be here to introduce you to the platform that's transforming how we manage network infrastructure. It's basically OZmap. Now, if you're telecom or IT or field operations, you know how to complex networks mapping can be. So between the cables, POPs, the clients, well, everything it's easy to lose visibility. But with OZmap, you can just bring all this information into one intuitive interface, okay? So today I'm going to walk through how it works, and basically we're going to work to talk about four key areas. The first one is the elements types, okay? In OZmap, every component of your network is defined by an element type. And it includes all the elements that you see right here, just such as poles, boxes, cables, splitters, connectors, fusions, basically all what you see right here, and it's inside your network. And why does it matter? Because when you define the types up front, you streamline your entire workflow, okay? You avoid the application, ensure consistency, and make your network easier to manage. Let's give an example. For example, let's say you're going to work right here in this street and you're going to create a new cable, for example. So from this point to this point, I want to add this cable. I want to save, and the system will ask you which cable type you want to use. You have all these cable types, but if you want to create your own type with the branded attenuation, basically right here in the types, you can add a new one. With the standard level, you want the attenuation, the fiber profile, and the representation, okay? And basically, you just can do this also with the boxes. For example, if you want to add an exact or a specific type of box, you can just put the template, and the template would be the splitter, okay? Because right here inside OZmap, you can work with attenuations also. So talking about splitters, we have all these amounts of splitters with the number of inputs, and you can add new splitters types, balanced or unbalanced, okay? And you can just say if this is which kind of input or output type it's, and you can just put the attenuation, okay? So basically, once these types are set, you can just see it right here. You can just filter from our layers menu. From here, you basically will see all the boxes that you have, the cables that you have, and the poles and dependencies, everything. And every technician or planner works from the same playbook, okay? You can even assign the colors from each type so your map becomes instantly readable. For example, let's say the black boxes are the boxes that are on the field already, and the blue ones are the ones that are not on the field. They're at just in a sketch, okay? So isn't just about the data entry, it's about creating a living model of your network that evolves with you, okay? Let's talk about regions. This is one of my favorite features because it brings clarity to the complexity, okay? So basically right here, we have the regions, and these regions are polygons that you draw on the map to define the operational zones, okay? You can define them by project, by type, or by tax, okay? I have a few regions right here. Commercial ones basically define sales territories. Maintenance ones marks area serviced by the field teams. On-ground area, or well, the many regions that I have right here. But you're not limited to those, okay? Right here in the type, as I told you, you can create a new region. You can assign it a new color, a new name. For example, let's say this is rupture that I want to communicate to the team. I can give it a color, just let's say I want to, this region, it's red because it represents a rupture. So right here, I can create a new one. I'm going to do it, for example, let's say right here, this part, just for example, and I want to tell my team, okay, that right here, it's something going on. So I just can create my region right here. I can give it a type that it's rupture. I can give it a name that says Gina, for example, and I can change the border color and the color from here, and I can save. So once I have my region, I will see right here in this zone what's going on, okay? And also, if you have your polygons inside some other, for example, Google Earth or a CSV, you can just bring it inside OZmap, importing them, okay? So let's say you're managing a role across 3 cities. You can create each region for each city and tag them by face and assign them to different teams. And there's something that's really cool that the regions aren't just visual, okay? They're functional. You can just click into them. For example, I want to click in this commercial region and I want to have a full report of what's going on inside. So I have the report only for that region. And basically in this general report, you will have all the information about how many boxes, how many clients are right here, how many cables and their meters, dependencies, the equipment, okay? So it's like giving your network a geographic brain, basically, and that's how you can handle it. But now, let's move on to the POP, okay, or the central office. Right here, what you can see is the POP, and inside OZmap, it's more than a dot to the map, okay? It's a full structure, if I click inside, where you can bullet manage the digitally everything what's inside, talking about the OLTs, ODFs, for example, switches or splitters. Okay, and each component, it's editable and visualize it in real time. You can simulate connections inside, for example, the OLTs and the ODFs, just like this. And you can create new types of OLTs, ODFs with the port that you need, with the power that you need, okay? And also, for example, let's say that you're troubleshooting with a signal drop, and with OZmap, you can trace the path from the POP to the client, okay? Just to identify the affected splitter or cable and dispatch the technician with full context, just like this. If I illuminate from this point, all the cable is illuminated until the last point, and I see right here that these are the clients that are affected because some kind of rupture, if I'm talking about rupture. But also, if you want to use the OTDR, for example, let's suppose I'm going to work with these meters. I put 50 meters. Right here, OZmap tells you from the point A that it's the central office and this first slot and the first port, where is the optical rupture? So basically, the technician only needs to know this information. He can also do it inside OZmap that we talked on the last video, and he will know the exact point where everything is happening, okay? And also, you can use, let's just do this, you can use the POPs to plan expansions. If you want to add a new rack, for example, right here, you can add a new one, a new shelf. You can create types of shelf also. And from this point, you can add a new OT, a new ODF, or a switch, okay? And if you're working with multiple POPs across regions or projects, you can basically can compare performance from the dashboard, okay? Right here in the dashboard, you will see all about the ports from the OLTs, such as the service port occupancy, the pump port occupancy, the equipment, all the equipment and all your projects. But if you want to filter by project, you can just do it right here, okay? So this is where OZmap really shines. It turns your infrastructure into a living, breathing system. And we have another amazing tool that's called the area report, okay? Now that we explore how to build and organize your network, let's talk how to analyze it. First of all, this, uh, this tool lets you generate a detailed report for any selected area. Let's suppose I want to know what's going on right here. I just can click it. And right here, the report will give you a both high-level overview and a granular data across multiple tabs, just like this, from the cables, the boxes, the bulbs, and as I told you right here from the general tab. But also, you can generate this in two ways, okay? If I only want to know what's going on right here, I just can do this. I can select the area, but let's suppose that you don't want to waste too much time and you want to know everything about this project. So right here in the menu, you can just go into the project. Let's suppose that this is the project that I want to work with. And right here in the information, I just click the inform, the full report, and I have the summary of everything inside the project and the full report, okay? Basically, I don't need to make this mark from the small areas. I will have all the information of all the projects, okay? So we have also four key actions inside the report area. The first one will be that once you have your report, you can generate an KML, okay? If you want to see this, for example, in Google Earth. Right here in the general report, you can report into a KML and Excel also, with all the tabs for the cables, the boxes. So if I want to export, I just can give it a name. I can group by type, label, in project, implemented, and I can filter. Let's suppose that you don't want to see all the information inside your KML. You just want to see the boxes. Well, you can only filter by boxes. Also, you can change the project. For example, if your elements belong to a secondary project, you can reassign them to the primary one. It's super useful, and you can consolidate the data. You can also use the boxes, the tools. For example, right here in the boxes, you will have this option that's basically, for example, assigned to the nearest pole, or in the cables, you can connect in boxes, in poles. You can see the select storage. You can license in poles, or maybe regenerate the names. And the last one will be the regions, the one that I just showed you. From here, from this report area, you can just save the regions and modify some elements. For example, if I want to change this pop that I use or the equipment that is inside, for example, the OLT, I just can modify it, okay? And I can bring a new one or change in the color, for example, in the cables, if I want to modify the type or the color, I just can do it. And I can do it one by one, or I can just click in the one that I need or all of them, okay? So this means that you're not only visualizing your network, you're actively managing, improving data hygiene, and making smart decisions. So basically, that's OZmap, okay? And it's a platform built for real-world network management. It's visual, as you can see, it's customizable, and it's designed to grow with you. So it will be all. Thanks, Sarah, for inviting me to share this with you, and thank you all for watching. And I hope OZmap helps you to bring clarity, control, and confidence to your network.
Well, that was pretty insightful, actually. You've got some really neat stuff in here. Of course, as most of you guys know, it's kind of an open forum. So if any of you guys watching the video have any additional questions or whatnot regarding OZmap, then by all means, leave them in the comments here on this video or maybe on the original video. And yeah, we will get back to you about that. Or I should say, OZmap will get back to you about that. So thank you so much for coming out today and filling in the rest of the details. And I'm pretty sure that you answered a lot of questions for people as well because they wanted to dig in a little bit deeper. So yeah, you preemptively answered those questions for everyone. Okay. So don't forget, guys, if you guys like the content, like and subscribe. I also have a Patreon too if you want to help me feed me. Yay. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, everyone.